Steven, who typically enjoys playing Rocket League with his friends on Tuesdays, had a night that veered far from the usual fun. The group of friends had a tradition of gaming together on their day off, but this particular evening was marred by unsettling events. A few days prior, Steven and some friends had visited what he describes as a haunted house, where they decided to use a Ouija board. They claimed to have made contact with spirits, but unbeknownst to them, one of these entities seemed to attach itself to Steven. That night, the haunting made its presence known.
It's haunted. I've been around with Ouija boards, and I was stupid enough to bloody invite demons to possess me and because I didn't believe in it. But ever since then, every time I'm here by myself, I hear outside. So I'm playing Rocket League. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, what the... No way. No way. Hello? Is anybody here? Why is that moving? Hello? Is anybody here? Oh my god, man.
As Steven settled in for his usual gaming session, he noticed something peculiar. The chandelier in the main hallway began shaking violently, despite no open windows or drafts. This unexplained phenomenon left him uneasy, especially after earlier noticing that a door had moved on its own. Although this was unsettling, he initially lacked concrete evidence that a ghost had followed him home. The situation escalated when he entered the kitchen. There, the lights started flickering uncontrollably as he approached them.
No. Hello? I heard you. No. No way. No way. Oh my god. Hello? And I swear I just saw a shadow moving here.
This bizarre behavior finally convinced Steven that his home might indeed be haunted. Despite his attempts to rationalize the flickering lights as a possible electrical fault, he noted that this was an entirely new issue for his house and that the lights never flickered again after that night. Was it a supernatural presence, or simply a loose wire causing the disturbances? The ambiguity remains, leaving Steven with lingering doubts and a heightened sense of apprehension. Now we want to take a look at another chilling case of a young man that's being haunted in his very own house. Imagine arriving home after a work and hearing a noise in the garage. As you investigate, you discover a strange object on the ground. When approaching it, you are met with something you simply have no explanation for.
Empiezo a grabar porque acabamos de llegar a la casa. Escuchamos un ruido fuerte, salimos, no hay nadie, pero vemos una bolsa. El perro está un poco inquieto. Un trapo, una bolsa que no estaba. Y no hay nadie afuera. Agárrame. Voy a ver qué es lo que es.
Y el perro estaba bien inquieto, bien chillón.
¿La agarré con la mano?
No, pues no.
Así.
A ver, espera. ¿Qué es eso?
Una carta.
¿Cómo hacer una carta? No, no es
Una foto. Con la cara rasgada.
no eres tú.
No.
No lo agarres con las manos.
Una cabeza de un juguete.
No, Angelo, eso es malo, güey. No puedes agarrar las cosas con las manos.
Hay huevo en eso, Liz. Hay huevo.
Qué asco, güey.
Una cadena.
No agarres nada. Nada más con un palito mueve.
¿Sabes qué me preocupa? Que está la niña y está esto acá.
Espérate, pues ya.
¿Qué es esto?
Es que sabes que eso es como
esto, Liz?
brujería o...
Es parte del muñeco.
A ver, voltealo. ¿Qué es un arete?
No.
No agarres nada.
Rama sí tiene huevo.
No, sácalo.
No, ¿sabes qué? Lo voy a quemar todo esto.
Sácalo.
Preocupa por la niña. Ya vete para allá con la niña.
Many of his viewers stated that he should have never touched it with bare hands, because in doing so, he might have opened the door even wider to the world of the inexplicable.
Miren, empiezo a grabar porque van 3 noches seguidas que me venían en la puerta, pero especialmente el llavero, ahorita está quieto, pero se empieza a menear de la nada. Miren. Ahí como que se ve que se está, que está empezando a menear y no hay aire, no hay nada. No me explico, me voy a parar.
What's really strange is that the audio seemed to malfunction as soon as the man got up and walked towards the door.
No puede ser aire porque la ventana está cerrada, entonces ya van días que me pasa lo mismo. No sé a qué se deba, pero hay veces que hasta la puerta me la menean. Ahorita ya se quedó quieto. Pero sí, de vez en cuando, no sé por qué, siempre a partir... Miren. A partir de las 12 como que me lo menean, ¿ya vieron? O sea, no hay aire. Miren. No hay aire ni nada. Me voy a parar otra vez a pararlo. Porque sí, son 3 noches seguidas las que está pasando esto. Entonces, no me da miedo ni nada, pero me intriga, o sea, ¿por qué antes no pasaba y ahorita empieza a pasar? Repito, no hay hilo, no hay no hay truco, no hay nada. Entonces aquí estoy solo, obviamente estoy en mi casa. No hay nada, entonces no sé qué
What's strange is that the activity had stopped for almost 6 months at this point. But this night, however, he heard some eerie noises from downstairs and had to soon realize that he wasn't out of the woods at all.
Después de 6 meses, estoy solo otra vez, empiezo a escuchar ruidos abajo. Qué raro está eso. Por eso es que empiezo a grabar. No sé si ustedes lograron escuchar algo, pero yo sí. Y estoy solo en la casa. Ya habían sido 6 meses que no pasaba nada. Clarito lo escuché aquí abajo. Pero no. Creo que estaba cerrado. Voy a dejar todo prendido porque sí me está dando miedo esto. Y sigo escuchando ruidos. Voy de salida.
As he approached the refrigerator door, we can hear a strange moaning sound. And this was just the beginning.
Porque escuché ruidos en la parte de arriba del barandal. A ver si escuchen. Cierran y abren las puertas. La verdad que no quiero subir. El día de hoy no tengo nada de protección, no traje nada de protección y se siente el ambiente pesado. Como pueden ver, las puertas están cerradas. Y el que se abrió.
Some of his viewers noticed that as he climbed the stairs, the silhouette of a woman can be seen behind the shower door. And people speculate that this woman might have even been wearing a hospital gown. Pretty terrifying for sure. and it could not be explained how this sighting was possible. The case remains open, and we will take another look at it very soon, I'm sure of it. Now we are taking a look at another really odd dashcam recording, which was taken by a man who was on the way home one night. He tells us that it is pretty uncommon to come across people on that road, since it's very narrow and not intended for pedestrians. It was also very late that night, slimming down the chances that anybody would decide to walk these streets. Nevertheless, he came across a strange woman. The woman seems to be wearing red clothing of some sorts, but she's not carrying any light source, meaning that she must have been walking up that road for hours in pitch darkness. But the man didn't think anything of it and drove past her, only to run into her again a few minutes later. How was that possible? How could the lady be walking up this pitch-black mountain road faster than a car? Of course this is impossible, and the man was sure that he must have captured a ghost that night. The following video was uploaded by user BunnyToes. She states the following. Unknown voice, unknown entity. A couple of years ago, I gave my old iPhone SE to my grandkids. They like to take a bunch of pictures and videos, so I went through it to delete stuff to make sure they have space. I was going through their phone on Christmas Eve 2018 when I came across this video. This video shook me to the core though. After 2 years, this still creeps me out and I still think about this almost every day.
Let's change your butt. You smell like you poopy.
What do you guys think? Could they capture the spirit of their grandma here? Or was something else visiting from another realm? Maybe even a shadow person? The following video was shared by a family who say that they have been traveling at the time and they were staying at a hotel room as their son was recording a little video diary. They might have captured something else as well. They are pretty certain that this was a ghost that was standing just millimeters behind their mother. What makes this even stranger is that this ghost looks like a close family member they have lost not too long ago, which might mean that their loved one was visiting them that day and taking part in the video diary. If that's not the case, how else do we explain this? This is pretty scary for sure. Was this just video editing, or was there something else going on? Is revolving around user WinMCPix, who's documenting the haunting of his house for several years now. Lately, the family couldn't only hear terrible noises ever so often, but also they started seeing a strange shadow being, which had the eerie statue of a child, and they even seemed to capture it on camera ever so often.
Hello? Ever since our cat passed away, things have kind of been picking up. I'm not going back there. Hello? Damn it. Who are you? Get that here. Jeez. Dude. Stop.
Did you hear that? Take another listen.
Dude.
But the activity didn't stop there today.
Yes? Hello? What is that? Who are you? I'm not gonna hurt you. Leave my lights alone. So I don't know if you're going to see what I'm seeing, but this is on repeat. This happens over and over, and then the knocking happens. The knocking, there it is, and it just goes and goes until you tell it to stop. Can you stop, please? I mean, it's just right there. That's new. Okay. Whatever you are, you gotta go. And that's... Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Goodbye.
Some people were speculating that this ghost could perhaps be stuck in a never-ending loop. But after the following encounter, I think this theory is out of the window, since the ghost seems to be moving freely in Wynn's house.
Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay. I've been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey buddy. I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out. Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna set it up with paper towels and we'll just let the phone roll. I asked you if you gotta go or you gotta go downstairs or something. Wherever you're gonna go, you gotta go. Calm down. He's okay. Please, not today. Just, holy cow. Oh my God. Little buddy.
It is believed that Wynn couldn't see this thing at the time, and that only the camera had picked it up. Could he be dealing with a trickster spirit that likes to play games? If you want to see more, make sure to check out his profile. Now we are following Banyo Paranormal on one of his latest paranormal adventures. Today he made his way to an abandoned bunker in the middle of a local forest. He has visited many creepy places before, but this particular one gave him the creeps, he states. He also mentions that he has visited 2 times in the past, and besides really unusual noises from several of the abandoned rooms, he had a really strange feeling in general in there. But so far, he had nothing to prove that this place was actually haunted, or that any kind of activity is taking place down there. As he's making it through the empty and derelict corridors of this place, he starts to feel a bit uneasy.
Like, you know, you just can't explain it by anything. By anything. But no. Okay, that I saw it moving and I just completely. Okay, so yeah, I just can't explain.
After deciding that it's time to leave this place, Banyo captures something rather unusual at the end of the corridor, but it appears that the young man didn't even notice.
There. Okay, that's far. Okay. I have to go for my stuff, so.
What looks to be a dark shadow is peering into the picture, but how is that possible? Given that the old ruins were empty at the time. At least this is what Banyo concludes after doing a complete walkthrough at first. Was there perhaps another visitor? It's really hard to make out any features on that thing. So, is it safe to assume that Banyo captured something paranormal here? It should be noted that it was his first and only capture of this thing down there. We'll keep our eyes open for any updates regarding his visit. Now we are looking at a clip from FrostmareTV. This clip was caught on a home security camera. A grandmother was looking after her grandson overnight. After she had put him to sleep and was in bed herself, she heard some noises coming from the living room and realized her grandson had gotten up and was playing. The strange thing, though, was that it sounded as though the child was playing and talking with another person. When she got up, she asked the boy who he was talking to, and he responded, "My friend." Even though nobody else was in the house, the grandmother just assumed the child was talking about an imaginary friend and didn't think much more about it. However, the parents checked the security footage the next day, and they were shocked at what they saw. Twice in the video we can see what looks like a small shadow figure around the same size as the boy himself. When the child leaves the bedroom, we see him look back at the shadow as it follows him. Clearly, the boy is able to see the creature as well. Then we see the entity enter back into the bedroom as the boy follows quickly behind him. It is interesting that this spirit seems to be both physically the size of a small child and friendly with the human boy. Is it possible this is the spirit of a kid that has passed on? Some commenters also speculated that this could be a doppelganger of the boy. What do you believe? TikTok user King Pablo was planning on spending a spooky night in an abandoned building complex, which he thought would be a great idea. It was planned to be hosting his Halloween special, and his fans were excited. While he is scouting out the perimeter during the day, he talks about the different rooms and how unsettling everything is. Even during daytime, the building is just partly finished, so there are many rooms that are literally bricks. Without anything else, on the second floor, he keeps investigating and talking about his Halloween plans. At some point, there seems to be an unidentified shadow right behind him. This shadow seems to float pretty fast, and it looks like it's disappearing through the wall. Pretty mysterious. Could it be real? The user known as Jack-O-Lantern Stories is a dedicated explorer of haunted locations across Britain, venturing into eerie cemeteries, abandoned houses, and amassing a collection of haunted objects. However, since bringing home a particular painting depicting Wigan Town Centre from the 1940s, his life has taken a darker turn. Despite the increasingly disturbing activity in his home, he refuses to part with the painting. At first, the disturbances were subtle, but soon the paranormal energy intensified.
Can you hear banging coming from downstairs? It woke me up this morning, but there shouldn't be anybody down here. Hello? Oh my god. Hello? Hello? What the... Will, you okay? Hello? Oh my god, what's going on? Please forgive the heavy breathing, I was in complete shock here. As some of you may know, I collect haunted artifacts from various locations. Also, is that an orb? Anyway, I was recently interviewed by the Liverpool Echo, specifically regarding this haunted painting I recently acquired. It details a scene of Wigan Town Centre from the 1940s, and allegedly the artist took his own after creating this picture. The atmosphere in the house has altered since this was brought in, and this morning just proves my theory: this is haunted.
Objects began to fly across the room with no explanation, and the atmosphere grew more sinister with each passing day. Whatever haunted the painting seemed to have an aggressive presence, escalating its torment. One evening, while resting on his couch, he was jarred awake by a series of unsettling events.
Just fell asleep on the couch and the bathroom door is repeatedly banging. Stop! What was that? Alexa, stop! Stop! After this, something incredible is caught. I don't know what is going on in here today, but there's some kind of an atmosphere as well. What the hell is that? Did you see that? Recording myself to speak to the camera, I noticed somebody else in the frame with me. It appears to be that of a young boy in a white shirt. As you can see, compared to the couch, he looked relatively small. Also, the cats began acting very strangely again, running up to the walls, frantically looking around the room, and although they could see something else that I couldn't. After filming for months, I cannot believe what I've caught.
A door creaked open by itself, and his Alexa device inexplicably switched on. But the most terrifying part came when he caught sight of something lurking behind him. Reviewing the footage later, he described seeing what appeared to be a young boy standing ominously close. However, upon closer inspection, the figure's proportions were far too strange to belong to a child. It looked like a full-bodied apparition emerging from the floorboards, staring at him with intent. Even his cat, usually calm, was visibly distressed by the energy in the room. Still determined to uncover the truth behind this haunting, Jack-o'-lantern Stories continues his investigation. As the story develops, we'll be watching for any new updates on what may be one of his most terrifying experiences to date. The following video is quite the strange one, and obviously a bit older. It is said that a group of friends went to a supposedly haunted and abandoned building in the woods. There's a local legend about a manananggal creature that is stalking these parts of the woods, and some people swear to have seen it. The group arrived at this abandoned place in the hopes to capture it on video tonight. Let's take a look. I mean, it is certainly hard to say what exactly they came across here, I find. Some say that this thing reminds them of a vampire. Others believe this to have been a prank with some terrible makeup. Well, what do you believe? A manananggal or Uncle Hank with a Halloween mask?